Hello, everyone, and welcome to. I think it's going to be a very angry Argyle Way episode today because obviously from yesterday, but we're all happy that we got the result we wanted. 2-1 Argyle against Shrewsbury. But I think everyone in this chat will be very angry about how the referee played on yesterday. So that will be definitely the biggest talking point in this episode, 100%. But then obviously we got Finaz's news of his injury, so we'll see if he'll be fit, ready for the Exeter game next week. But also player ratings, then the EFL League One predictions as normal. Don't worry, we're always going to do that. But first of all, from yesterday's game, Plymouth Argyle 2, Shrewsbury Town 1. I would say it reminded me of the Bristol Rovers, but the halves reversed. So first half was like the second half of Bristol Rovers, and then the second half was like the first half of the Bristol Rovers game a little bit. It was a little bit like that. That's what it reminded me of. But
the first half of last night's game was the worst performance I've seen at home park since the 5-0 defeat to MK.
Yeah,
it was.
Yeah,
I was like, I know Shrewsbury cheated all game, but they were by far the better side in the first half. No one can deny that. We were so bad that first half, and I think obviously we don't know what's gone on in that dressing room, but I have a feeling Shuey gave them an absolute rollicking time.
hair dry treatment.
Probably why we turned it around so well in the second half.
Yeah, definitely. But the thing is, though, it also doesn't underline the fact about how bad the referee was in that game. I'll tell you what, I think a lot of Argyle fans, if they're going to be watching this episode, I think they're going to be saying that referee was probably one of the worst referee performances I think we've ever seen in the EFL League One today.
Especially the second half.
Wait, what did you say there? You cut out.
I was just saying, especially the second half from the referee.
Yeah, it was horrendous. It was horrendous, that refereeing performance. It was so bad. I'm not going personal at all, but that was so bad. And I felt like that a lot of fans could have easily ran on the pitch and just easily had a scrap with him, seriously. Because I felt like a lot of fans were getting so pissed off about the refereeing decisions. Like, definitely one of them when we had a penalty call for Ballymumba, and then a couple of seconds later, their free kick just gets called. It's just stupid. For the exact same thing.
I actually thought someone was going to invade the pitch. I'm not joking. I actually thought someone in our home stand was going to invade the pitch just because of the referee.
Yeah. But like, what did you think of that anyways, Liam?
to be honest, he was so poor. Yeah, I think we should have had a pen, no doubt. But yeah, I mean, Ballymumba got took down. But yeah, he was shocking.
Yeah, it just shows right now that the referees in this league are just not great at all, man. They are not great, and it just happens every single game at home park. We've had it 3 games in a row now at home park. Sheffield Wednesday, Accrington, a little bit. You could say a little bit Accrington Stanley, but then definitely yesterday it was horrendous.
It's not just League One, mate. It's every single league in England, whether you're from the Premier League all the way down to grassroots football, or let's say one of my mates' Isle of Wight Saturday League, for example. Honestly, they're just bad all across. And if I know it's a little bit off topic, but if any of you watch my documentary on that on my third channel, the Samurai Duke Grassroots Football, the Isle of Wight documentary, it's all on there as well. So yeah. It just shows how passionate it could get all the way from grassroots from the Premier League all the way down to grassroots.
Yeah.
But
a lot of the fans though were the capacity yesterday as well. Full sellout, over 15,000. Brilliant support again from the Argyle fans. But it just shows right now that even when we're playing bad, the fans are still behind our players and still behind the manager. It's amazing, really. It's absolutely incredible. And I will obviously expect the same against the Scum It was a false. When the tickets first came out, it was all sold out instantly. It's crazy. We expect that to be the biggest game of the season. And I cannot wait for that.
It ain't a surprise.
It ain't a surprise because obviously it's one of the biggest derbies in England. I'd honestly say one of the biggest.
It's up there.
Yeah.
It's up there. It's up there. I'd say top 20 for sure. But to be honest though, you could really say that about. I know the fierce. Wrong word. I know
the fiercest rivalries.
There's another word I've just thought of that's just freaking gone from my head.
Well, there's feistiest and all that.
I know. Okay, all right. I know the feistiness is not as near when, let's say, for example, Torquay played Plymouth. But either way, it's a Devon derby, a three-way battle. It's easily one of the top 20 in the in the country. Plus, Torquay absolutely can't stand Exeter to their core either.
Yeah. So, at least both of us fucking absolutely hate that club in red and fucking white.
Just that though. It's not just that though. Not some of their fans also though really hate us. It is true. It is true. Like I read an article the other week when England and I went to Torquay for that FA Cup game, and it was saying that more recently most Torquay fans despise Exeter the most, but in the olden days, way before we were born, there was a lot out there that supported Torquay that hated us more. So I guess really it's personal preference, I guess.
Yeah, 100%.
Us three, it's Exeter, obviously.
But would you say mostly it's because of how high we were in the league or something like that?
I don't know, but maybe I'm just thinking it's probably more Exeter now though. Anyway, just because of how terrible Torquay have been since 2014, because they've been in.
And they could get relegated again, man.
As it stands, I know they lost to Eastleigh last night as well in the National League.
Not great. Not great at all.
Not at all. But I guess it's personal preference really, because funny story I found out the other week. I was shell shocked when he told me this, but I met a fan of the Scum the other day in Plymouth in the city. Told me he supported Exeter. I said, "Oh dear, you don't know what you're doing, mate." So I was having banter with him, obviously. But he said because he lives in Plymouth, he actually doesn't mind. He said he doesn't mind us at all. I was like, I've never heard an Exeter fan say that to me. I was like, what? So then I said to him afterwards, I was like, does that mean Torquay is your most disliked club? And he was like, yeah, 100%. I hate them to the core. I was like, fair enough.
Wow.
So
wowzers.
Well,
that's crazy. That's actually crazy, and it's weird though. And it's also it's the fans' own opinions. Whatever club they hate and whatever club they don't like the most on the clubs that they like, it's their own opinion, and we can't change their opinion. Simple as that. That's all I can say.
Whether Torquay was in our league this season or not, Monday night is the big one for us this season. It is the big one, boys.
Yeah. 100%. And then, obviously, before we go into the player ratings, we'll obviously show this as well on Twitter. Chris Errington on Twitter. Finn Azaz has 6 days to try and get himself fit for Argyle's eagerly anticipated Devon derby against Exeter City at Home Park next Monday.
Well, the other week, I can't remember who it was against, but he did miss a game against someone. I think it was Wickham, if I'm correct. I'm not sure.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, it was Wickham. Yeah. We missed him against Wickham, but we were brilliant against Wickham. But then again, this time we've had Dan Scarr missing, and I think that Shrewsbury game last night, the Bristol Rovers game, proved that I guess we missed him, and thankfully he's back on Monday night for Exeter.
Yeah, hopefully. And, definitely. We missed Dan Scarr a lot. We missed him a lot, but with
I will be well annoyed if the EFL.
But I just hope Finn Azaz is not out. And not out for the Devon derby. I hope he's not, because he is an important player for us, and obviously he's shown that the last couple of games he's been absolutely brilliant for us. and it's
Yeah.
it will just be sad if he will be missing this game. Just simple as that.
Yeah.
And then I don't know if anybody's put any like this is the picture anyways of what happened. There we go.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but hopefully it's not too serious, and hopefully he can come back very, very soon. But it depends. If he is out, then are we going to play with 2 strikers?
Probably.
We'll
Maybe.
probably end up playing with 2 strikers. That's
I
probably
think
what
we'll
end up
play.
doing.
I think we'll play both Ennis and Cosgrove.
Yeah, Ryan Hardy. We'll obviously talk about Ryan Hardy, but yesterday he was poor.
He'll be on the bench for Exeter. If Azaz doesn't play on Monday night, it'll be Whittaker, Ennis, and Cosgrove as the front three.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Right now, it's just not going. It's just not going right for Ryan Hardy, and it's just I don't know how many more bad games he can have. That's all I'm gonna say. I don't know how many more bad games he can have, and it's annoying because obviously right now it doesn't feel like he's like the player he was last year.
He's not this season for now, but I still wouldn't. Obviously, if it would be different if a player wants to leave, because if a player wants to leave, then you've got.
Oh, it's way different. Yeah,
but
yeah.
What I will say is, if he wanted to stay, if I was Argyle, I would not get rid of him in January at all. Because what if we sell him and then let's say one of Cosgrove or Ennis gets injured and then we lose form or something. So
exactly, exactly, yeah.
I don't. Our other option, I guess, is to bring Jeffcott back from Swindon, but I don't know how long his loan's on for. But personally, I'd keep Hardy.
He's doing well, he's doing well at Swindon as well.
Yeah, I keep Hardy. I give Hardy to the end of the season. Then it's up to him if he wants to make his mind up, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. But right now, we'll obviously go on to play ratings now, but obviously we'll talk about the other players as well in the game. But as usual, player ratings, rating 1 to 10. We'll do it now. But first of all, Michael Cooper. What would you say about Michael Cooper?
You guys go first on this one.
Go on,
6.5 maybe. Not sure. Round about that.
To be honest, I don't think you. Well, we'll obviously talk about the first goal as well, but obviously Shrewsbury's first goal. I don't think he could have saved it, but he wasn't mainly at fault for that first goal. He wasn't mainly at fault for that. And then after that, I felt like Shrewsbury had a lot more chances, and he did get a lot more active in the second half as well. In the first half, he got decent punches, got decent little saves, but maybe a 6.5. I feel like that's reasonable. I feel like that is reasonable, and that makes so much sense.
5.
Yeah, I 100% agree with that. Then Butcher, unreasonable position though. He was playing as a centre back this game.
But it was the same position he played at when he was against Bristol Rovers, and that game we struggled as well. I don't know why he's been put in defence lately.
Yeah, I don't know.
More of a fielder.
But the thing is, though, I think Shuey's probably just trying to be more careful. He's trying to be careful with Galloway because obviously the injury that you got last year. He's trying to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah.
Maybe he's also trying because only lately because Scar's been suspended.
As well, yeah. And he, of course, he doesn't want another centre back out, so I can kind of understand.
So yeah, no, that's very true.
So, but not being in his unreasonable position, I thought he'd done all right. I don't think he it's not his best position, but I thought he'd done all right.
It's not his best position, but I didn't think he was our best player last
He wasn't
night.
our best player, but I thought he was all right. But would you say same rating as Cooper or a little higher?
I'd say a little lower. I'd go 6.
6. Average 6, yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair, and I can kind of understand. I can understand that. I'll agree with you all on that. Sick. Next player, Longwick, and he was more central this game as well. He was a central centre back.
Yeah.
I thought Longwick was decent at central centre back. What do you say, Liam?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Agreed.
Sure.
Yeah, and I feel like right now Longwick is becoming a very, very good centre back for us, and he's only like 19, 20, and he's playing very, very well, and his passing's getting better. That's what I've noticed.
Sure.
His passing's getting a lot better. And from when Harvey England first criticised him all those games ago, his passing's just getting better. It makes so much sense. But I don't know what else you could say. But I would say 6.5 or a 7.
Yeah.
I'd
Yeah.
go higher for Longwick. I'd give him a 7.
Yeah, 7. Yeah, I was thinking around a 7. Makes a lot of sense, and he's becoming more of an important centre back for us right now. From all those games ago where we criticised him for how bad his passing was, now he's becoming a very, very good centre back for us right now, and his passing's getting 100 times better. And there'll be more and more games to come from Longwick, and hopefully he can still get a lot more better, and hopefully improve his game.
You know what's
He's only
annoying?
young.
Some stupid Argyle fan went past me last night. I'm talking about Longwick. Just going past me, just saying Virgil van Schijt, and I was like, "What? Since when?"
Wait, since when? Since when?
I was listening to that, saying like you don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, he's fucking clueless. He's so clueless. Weird. But some stupid fans, but who don't have a brain. But next player, Wilson. He was a captain in he was captain, I think Joe Edwards, when Joe Edwards came on, I think he might have taken captain over, I'm not sure. But Wilson played on the right-hand side of right centre-back, Mumba's side. But I thought he was okay. He was all right, but what was your thoughts on Wilson in that game? Because I felt like it wasn't like the game that obviously the previous games he wasn't obviously up at a standard, but at that game it was just a little bit uneven. What would you say, Liam?
Who's this? James Wilson.
James Wilson.
I mean, to be honest, I don't think he played that well against Shrewsbury, but yeah, I mean, to be fair, as long as we won the game, that's all that matters.
But I'm gonna say this right now. I think the miss of Dan Scarr is probably right now when he comes back. I think the centre backs will be a lot more comfortable in defence. What would you say?
Yeah, I agree.
They'll all be a lot more comfortable because Dan Scarr obviously is another leader in that team in the defence. Joe Edwards, he's the captain, but Dan Scarr in defence, he is the leader of that defence. 100%.
Yeah,
and he's been our main centre back this season, and throughout the last 2 seasons, he's been the most improved player. If I'm honestly going to say,
yeah, for sure.
And Wilson, I felt like he wasn't at his standard. Simple as that. I might give him an average 6 to 6.5. I think.
Yeah.
What would you give him, Jack?
I give him a 6.
Yeah, I can absolutely agree with that. I think all of you have agreed with that as well. Next player, Conor Grant. I don't think he played that well. No, he did not.
He had a poor game. I could argue he was probably our worst player on the team yesterday. I hate to say it.
Yeah, hate to say it, and the saddest thing is as well of how good he was last season, but since obviously he's been out. I think it was with injury, but right now he just doesn't look like the player that he was last year as well. It's just I don't know, but what do you all think?
Obviously, I love him from all my heart, but yeah, he ain't. It's similar to Hardy. He ain't performing as well as he.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be surprised if he gets put on the bench for Exeter.
yeah, I think he will.
Yeah.
And obviously, when Joe Edwards came on, I'd say he had an instant impact.
Yeah, the only why Joe Edwards was on the bench for last night was because of his poor performance
against Bristol Rovers. Yeah, he couldn't in that game. That it wasn't the type of game for Joe Edwards, but against Shrewsbury, he came on, and it felt like he literally gave an instant impact in that game, 100%.
Yeah.
But for Conor Grant, would you give him below average? I'd say 5.5.
I'd go 6.
Oh,
well, to be honest, if you're giving, who did we give a 6? Did we give
I gave Butcher a 6, and I gave
Butcher a 6. Yeah,
I'm giving Grant a 5.
Yeah, I would go with Grant a 5 and 5.5. He wasn't great at all. And
to be honest, guys, I know there is a player obviously in our team that was obviously our best player during last night, but considering how awful and shambolic our first half was, I don't think anyone's getting a 10 from me for last night.
Yeah. No one is. And next player, Ballymumba. What would you both say?
7.5, somewhere around that.
I felt like around that the left hand. I think it might have been. I don't know if it's the left hand side or the right hand side. I'm not sure where he played. I think it might have been the right. If I'm,
it would have been the left probably.
Probably the left then. But
yeah,
because it's weird because he goes from right to left. It's just weird, but. It was definitely the same side as where Galloway was, and that's where Butcher played. But Ballymumba, I thought he was up and down for most of that game. He was active, very active in that game. Probably one of our more active players.
Yeah,
up and down.
I give him a 7.
I'd give him a 7 as well. I thought he was actually pretty decent in that game. I don't think he'd done a foot wrong, but he was just unlucky that we conceded a goal in that game. And I think Ballymumba, for the way he played in that game, I thought if we didn't concede a goal in that game and we won like by 2 goals, I think he would have got a higher rating. But I think it was just the defense in general that was just a bit ropey. That's what I honestly think.
Yeah.
It doesn't underline the fact that obviously he was an active player in that game, and obviously a 7 rating is a very fair rating for him in a game like that. I honestly feel that. But
yeah,
for the way that obviously Argyle played in that game, I felt like Ballymumba was very, very, and sometimes his passing was off. I can obviously say that his passing was off for most of the time, but getting back to defend and then getting up to attack, I thought he was really good. I thought he was. Next player, Houghton. Liam?
6.5.
6.5.
He's another one. Give a 6, Houghton.
Yeah. For Houghton, I don't know what to say really, because obviously right now, for most of the season, I think for like half of the season, he's been on the bench, and then some games he's actually been starting in. And then since freaking Matt Butcher has been playing as centre back right now, he's been obviously coming back into the team. But I think when Dan Scarr comes back, I think he'll be pushed back onto the bench. Butcher will be playing in midfield against Exeter for sure.
Yeah,
I feel like that's what Shuey will do. If he doesn't do that, then I'll be pretty surprised. But I feel like Houghton right now, I think he's probably going to be a bench player.
Early prediction, but I think the starting lineup for Exeter will be Cooper, Scarr, Longwick, Wilson, Edwards, Mumba, Butcher,
Randall,
Cosgrove,
Ennis, and Whittaker.
Whittaker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It depends how quick if Azaz gets fit pretty quickly from that injury last night. I'll be surprised if he does come back, but
Yeah, I don't think he's going to start.
I don't think he'll start.
He'll be on the bench. I reckon he'll be on the bench if he makes it.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, let's say if we if we have a tough time in the first half and then he's got fresh legs for the second half, then Shuey will bring him on against Exeter.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Sure. Next player, Alan Randall, and the fans voted him man of the match on the Argyle website last night, so he got man of the match.
Announced by the announcer as well that he got man of the match for Argyle.
Mm-hmm. Would you agree that man of the match for Randall?
Yeah.
I felt like he did control that midfield. Right now, Adam Randall is proving why he's in the first team, I honestly think.
Considering that it wasn't our greatest performance of the season, he's probably like the main one that does stand out for such a below par average game for Argyle in general last night.
Yeah. And obviously the fans could say that he was at fault for the first goal, not obviously pressuring away the player for the first goal, but I don't know. It's a hard one to say. I don't know. It's just really weird. But for obviously Adam Randall wise, in general, right now, he's been on par right now on one of our better midfielders in this team. And that's why he plays that's why he's coming from the youth team, and now he's literally playing nearly every week, every game. Because he deserves it. He's been playing so well. His passing's brilliant. His obviously the goals that he's scoring right now, also incredible. And he's bagging assists. I don't know what else you could say. But would you give him, I would say, 7.5 in that game?
Yeah.
What would you say, Jack? 7.5?
Yeah, I give him a 7.5, yeah.
Yeah. All agreed on that, for sure. Finn Azaz, if he would have played for most of that game, I don't know how the score would have ended up, but excuse me, coming off at half-time with an injury to his ankle, I thought he was all right in that game as well, but it was just sad that he came off. Obviously there was some of his passes as well were very, very, very sluggish. Obviously, and I think there was one of the times when Whittaker from the corner shot the ball at goal, and then it fell straight to Finn Azaz. He passed it to the edge of the box and he gave it away. I thought that was like, oof. Is this going to be our day of like terrible passes? But when Finn Azaz came off, I was a little bit worried, because obviously I don't want to play like that. Like we said the other day, we can't have any other attacking midfielders getting injured. Because with Danny Mayer out, we can't have any more players out. We'll have to end up going into the January market.
How long is Mayer out for again?
He might probably be back. They said he was out for 4 to 6 weeks I think it was like a couple of weeks ago now when he got injured.
Do you think he'll be back for January middle of January when we play Ipswich away?
It depends really as well how quickly you can return.
Yeah, true.
Because
I was just gonna say, next month Ipswich, Portsmouth, and Charlton will all have one player out next month anyway because of the World Cup. We don't have to go into the World Cup. Ipswich will have Wes Burns out because he'll be playing for Wales. I can't remember who Pompey and Charlton have got out, but they've got one player out as well, and I think that could hinder all three of them.
It will for sure. Okay, and as well, we'll go on to the EFL predictions in a bit, but the way Ipswich played last night against Port Vale 3-2, we'll talk about that, obviously. We'll talk about that for sure. Next player, Whittaker. He got a goal and an assist in this game. What would you say?
7.5.
7.5.
Yeah.
I thought Whittaker played pretty well. And right now he is. right now, all of the Swansea fans as well saying, why did we should bring him back in January? I'm like, you're having a laugh.
They can
You're
go
having
away.
a laugh.
Oh, good news, guys. Shuey will definitely not be going to West Brom because they've just signed Huddersfield's former manager.
Are they actually? Oh, David Wagner.
And yeah, he's gone to West.
Really?
And Michael Carrick's gone to Middlesbrough.
Yeah, Michael Carrick. Yeah, I'm happy that Michael Carrick's gone to Middlesbrough, actually. We'll talk about that in a bit.
He was never going to any of those clubs anyway.
Yeah, he was never going to go to any of them clubs.
West Brom's new manager is the man that nearly got Huddersfield up to the Premier League last season, Carlos Corberán.
Oh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Final last season to Forest.
Interesting. But we'll talk about that a lot more in a bit. But for Whittaker, 7.5, I feel like that is a good score. I thought he was very good in the attacking midfield. And right now, every game, he's getting better and better. From the first game until, obviously, I think when we played Ipswich, he was slowly not showing the player that he was. But when he got to Ipswich, he was improving and improving and improving. Then from then on, he's been scoring and scoring and scoring. He's on like 6. I think he's on six goals now in the league.
Yeah, he is.
And right now it's crazy, really. And we weren't rating him. We weren't rating him at all. And now, obviously, he's playing so well in this team, and he's becoming very, very important for Shuey right now. And simple as that. That's all. As simple as that, really. I don't know what else we could say about Whittaker. And obviously, against Exeter, I feel like he'll be our lone attacking midfielder. We'll see how we get on like that. It'll be a different way we play, but well, to be honest, the 2 goals that we got last night, we played with Whittaker as an attacking midfielder, and we had Cosgrove and Ennis up front. We'll see. And then final player, Ryan Hardy. And on FootMob as well, we got a lower rating than Conor Grant.
4.5. Yeah, poor game for Hardy. It's a shame because I love him to bits, but he's just off form. But that's football for you. If you're not playing well, you're gonna get put on the bench.
Yeah. And would you honestly say bring back Jeffcott from loan of Swindon?
No.
Only if we have another
injury. Yeah, if we get another injury, I think Jeffcott will come back.
Only because I'm only saying that just so it brings depth into our squad as well. But if Swindon do keep him, I won't be surprised.
Oh yeah, because he's been playing well for Swindon, and that's honestly fairs. I can understand that.
Yeah,
you could say the same with. Because everyone's been saying it in Green Taverners last night. They were all like, Mumba will definitely be gone back to Norwich in January. I was like, I fucking hope not.
I don't think he will. I'll be very surprised if he does. I'll be very surprised. And then substitutions, 45th minute, Niall Ennis came on. And he bagged a goal in this game.
Him and Cosgrove changed the game.
Him and Cosgrove played really well together, I've noticed.
I know. 2
games in a row now. In the Accrington Stanley game, they both played well together. And in this game, we won 3. We got 2 goals with that attack against Accrington Stanley, and then yesterday 2 goals. Ennis getting a goal again.
Yep.
And honestly, no, I know Randall was man of the match, but it was for me Cosgrove and Ennis that changed the game for us.
Yeah.
And it's again shows, boys, that Shuey is doing substitutional masterclasses at the moment.
Exactly. Yeah.
So do we give Schumacher another 10 from last night?
Well, early rating, but Niall Ennis anyways. 7 for the goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I felt like he actually played pretty well as well. So I'd give him a 7. Cosgrove, then in the 46th minute, both Cosgrove and Joe Edwards came on at the second half. They both changed the game as well. I think those 3 subs.
I give both Ennis and Cosgrove 7.5s.
7.5s. Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe Edwards, I'd give a 7. I felt like he changed the game as well. Not even joking.
He had a much better game than the Bristol Rovers.
Bristol Rovers game, yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I agree with that. And then the final sub in the 77th minute, Brendan Galloway, and he got an assist. That cross, by the way, I don't think that's been mentioned at all. That cross from Brendan Galloway was brilliant. I don't think that's being mentioned right now. It was a brilliant cross.
That's already giving him a 6.5 for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like
and
ahead of
yeah.
problem.
Yep. And obviously right now, I think the way Shuey's playing, I think he's trying to be more careful with Galloway as well. Because obviously the injury that he got last year, he was out for the rest of the season. So obviously he wants to be more careful with Galloway. And I can understand why he's on the bench for most of the time. And I feel like right now he'll be a player that he'll bring on and he will he'll be an important player, of course, but he just doesn't want to risk him he just doesn't want to risk him with the injury that he got. So
don't forget his discipline against
and his discipline as well. He didn't get a yellow card in this game, of course, which is good, but I'd say a 6.5. He got an assist, so I'm happy with that. The centre back getting assists, I'm happy with that.
If you're literally coming on 78th minute to already bag an assist, that literally puts him ahead.
That cross was brilliant.
Yeah.
That cross was brilliant. And Whittaker getting on the end of that. Quality. And then rating for Shuey?
8.
Yeah, I agree with Liam.
I agree with Liam. Yeah, I agree with Liam. He got his substitution spot on.
He did,
half.
but it wasn't a good performance.
It wasn't a good performance, but first half, I think he could tell that the first half was not below above how we should be playing. And then second half, he changed it, bringing on Joe Edwards, bringing on Cosgrove, and that changed the game.
The reason why I get higher for Sheffield Wednesday was because first of all, even though that was also a terrible performance, but we won 2-1. Even though, to be fair, Wednesday got it wrong at the end anyway with Darren Moore's substitutions. But I gave Shuey a much higher rating for Wednesday though, because it's a harder team and really a better team to play against. Whereas Shrewsbury, everyone had us to win, and they bloody gave us a hard time yesterday, despite their cheating.
Yeah, but also, even though they're cheating as well, but it shows that right now Shrewsbury they do look decent. They do look a decent team now, even though the way they played was very, very dirty and a little bit scummy, if you could say. Not like scum like Exeter. They're above scum. They're dirty twats.
I know what I'm playing my new Cornish Shanna video.
Yeah.
I'll actually say it now because this will be uploaded after it. My video gets uploaded anyway. It will literally be called "Shrewsbury was managed by Gareth Ainsworth."
Yeah, but we will expect more teams like that when they come to home park. We will expect more teams like that because obviously they fear us the most right now. Where we've still got a 100% record at home, and I think a lot of teams will be feeling like that, and I think that's why a lot more teams will be coming to home park playing like that.
I'll tell you what wound me up the most though from last night on social media, on Ipswich's social media page. First off, it started all right because someone, not for our view, of course, but for opinions wise. So like someone commented at half time, obviously an Ipswich fan commenting, okay, so far so good right now, especially that Plymouth are losing, and then someone replied, one of our fans replied back to that at full time. It was so funny, just going, have you just seen the score? Hashtag up the Argyle. And then the Ipswich fan stupidly replied back, "You're such a tin pot club, you won't be going up." I'm like, how are we a tin pot club?
I hope they fucking bottle it now because of that fucking stupid twat of a fan. I hope they bottle it. Just for that fan alone.
I literally was there. I was there. Like, you're calling us tin pot.
That's fans for you. If I'm truly honest, that's
probably
fans for you.
probably rated that. It's probably the same fan that did that tier list that put Port Vale, Accrington Stanley, and Leyton Orient higher than Plymouth Argyle as club. What?
Exactly.
And go and support. Let me impressionise this. They all go and support Ipswich.
Yeah.
I
honestly say, if you want to go and support a team, go and support Salford, you dirty twats.
I'm just taking the mick out of myself from that preview now because that was so funny.
Yeah.
I look back at that.
But good little roundup of player ratings, a little bit of news on Azaz, and then our thoughts on the game. I felt like if we do perform like this against Exeter, we could be in trouble. But we need to be way better than this against Exeter for sure. Better.
I mean, it's Exeter. We should be beating them.
But the way, and obviously, I think a lot of people will say the way Exeter play, they play with intensity. They play with a lot of intensity. So
it is Derby though, so the players and Shuey will.
They'll be up for it. They'll be up for it. They will be up for it. I'm telling you. But the next part of the video we'll move on now is the EFL predictions. And Jack, obviously, I don't know if you've got some of these right.
For God's sake. Like the Lincoln win, yes, it wasn't 2-1, but I'll take that because I had Lincoln to win away. I just can't believe MK Dons won away. I'll tell you what, Harv, though, you got Bolton Burton spot on.
Oh, yeah, I did. And I got Lincoln spot on.
Oh, you did as well. Fair enough.
I'm putting off some dubs right now.
When I double checked last night, I looked at it. I was like, I think all I've got's completely spot on of Fleetwood Forest Green and Peterborough Accrington Stanley.
Yeah, I think you did. Yeah, you did. But we'll go for it anyways. But obviously, first one, Barnsley versus Lincoln. I got this one spot on, so I'm happy with that. I'm so happy that I got this one spot on. Then Harvey England, what did he put? He put 4-2 Lincoln. Jesus Christ. But he got 1 point anyways. I got 3. And then who else? Liam didn't get a point.
No.
You predicted 2-1 Barnsley.
Yeah.
And any reasons why?
I just thought Barnsley would bounce back because they lost to Morecambe, so they had to bounce back, but they didn't.
To be fair, preview, I did say they could bounce back, but considering how underrated I think Lincoln have been, that's why I went with a Lincoln.
That's why I went for a Lincoln win as well. I went for that. Then if you look at the stats, Barnsley 13 shots, 7 shots, and then to Lincoln 7, 58% possession. But to be honest, when I watched that game, I don't think they looked that. Obviously, I don't think they looked great. And right now is proving why they are where they are right now. 9th. They are 9th. They were in the playoffs 2 games ago, and now they're 9th. So right now, what is going wrong with Barnsley?
To be fair, that's only 3 positions away anyway.
Yeah. But what do you think is the main problem for Lincoln, not Lincoln, Barnsley right now?
Inconsistency. It's the same with Derby. It's the same.
Yeah. It's right now, it's just not looking great. But for Lincoln, I'd say this is a reason why we should be probably a little bit scared of this team when we come up against them in November.
They drew with Sheffield Wednesday. They drew with Portsmouth. They beat Ipswich. They beat Derby. They drew with Charlton. The only one I've seen them lose to out of, like, I guess you call the main ones are Bolton. Because Bolton...
Yeah.
So, yeah, it won't be an easy game at all, Lincoln away.
It will not be an easy game at all. But very good result for Lincoln. Simple as that.
Plus, they bloody beat us at home last season, didn't they? Which is one of the reasons that costed us the playoffs last season.
Yeah. Very, very annoying. Very, very annoying. But next game, this game I watched the highlights back. This game was crazy, by the way. They scored 1 in the 87th, and then from a corner, just bobbled in the box, and then Bodvarsson just banged it in, and he took a shove and just ran to the fucking home fans.
Yeah, I know, against Burton. That's embarrassing. It really is. It's embarrassing.
But still, for Bolton, though, 90th plus 8 minutes. That's when they scored it. But it takes them up to 5th. still keeps them in the fight for playoffs. And how many points are they behind us now? I think they're still 11 points behind us.
Yeah.
They're on 27.
We're on 38.
Yeah.
Yeah. But for Bolton, though, that's still a good result. It's still a good result, though. They're still getting the wins. But for Burton wise, I don't know what else you could say about that for Burton. It is at the end of the day, but Burton should have probably well, they got the goal in the 73rd. They probably done the bloody Shrewsbury. They probably just tried to sit back. Well, let's have a look at the stats, anyways. Yeah, well, there you go. Well, they had 13 shots, to be fair. Then Bolton had 16. 59% possession. But I've just felt like I felt that if they played the way they played against Shrewsbury, then goodness me, I don't think they were going to get anywhere near a win there. Because Bolton were constantly pushing them to the depth. So then, if you look at predictions, I got that spot on again. Bloody hell, I got 2 results spot on.
And this one, I went 1-0 Bolton and it ended 2-1. Whereas Lincoln, I went 2-1 Lincoln and it ended 1-0.
Imagine if I put bets on that. Imagine if I put bets on. I was actually thinking of putting bets on that as well.
I was thinking of putting a bet on Charlton MK Don 7-0 just for it to be funny.
Fucking hell, man.
I even if Charlton won, no matter what the scoreline would have been, I wouldn't have minded. I just can't believe it.
And then what did Harvey England put? 2-0. Oh, he nearly got that one right as well.
That Charlton game is a wake-up call for them for this weekend because they've got Ipswich at the Valley next. I hope they destroy Ipswich.
Yeah. Then, yeah.
But if they play like how they did against MK, I can see a draw.
Unreal. And they got a red card as well. Ryan Innes got sent off. So, that is not a good result. Not a good result. If they want to get playoffs, they cannot be losing to teams like this.
I'll be annoyed if they lose to Ipswich this weekend.
We'll see what happens. And obviously today, later on, we've got if you're doing a watch along for this, Liam, I would say do it.
I can't. I'm at work.
On your channel, Liam. Bristol Rovers versus Sheffield Wednesday.
Yeah, I could do, to be fair. You can join me if you want.
I might. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I've got to play FIFA. I've got to do some games.
Liam, what?
No.
Hang on, Jack. You got to. Can't go on, Jack.
What was your prediction for Sheffield Wednesday, Bristol Rovers again?
I'll have a look. You put 2-1.
Yeah.
2-1 Wednesday.
Oh, you went 2-1 Wednesday. Fair enough. So I know Harvey went 2-1 Bristol Rovers.
Yeah.
What did you go, Jack? Do you remember?
4-2 Sheffield
Trust
Wednesday.
the process. But for Charlton, this is I would say this is probably the worst result of the season for them. From beating us 5-1 to losing 2-0 to MK Dons at home.
I'd say second worst. I'd say their worst was the 1-1 draw against Forest Green.
True.
Yeah.
But the way MK Dons have been playing, they've lost 5 games on the trot and then they lose to them at home.
That is true, but if you look at like the context of like, I don't know, before the season and stuff, everyone had MK Dons to finish a lot higher and Forest Green to be in that bottom half especially, but obviously MK Dons have been terrible.
I can honestly say that as well. But for MK Dons, what an important, and we all thought that they would have got battered yesterday, but they've proved us wrong, they've sat us down and they pulled our pants down. So
we all didn't we?
They duct taped us to the chair and gave us they just gave us a big fat wedgie. So that's honestly what we could say. But Will Griggs scored a pen, then Johnson scored. Will Griggs starting to score now.
Yeah.
Starting to get back into scoring ways. But for MK Dons, important win. Takes them to 21st from the bottom as well. They were at the bottom and now they're 21st. That's mental.
Burton, Morecambe and Forest Green.
Yeah. 100%. And then for this game, no one. Oh, no, I was like, did anyone get this right? No. Harvey England predicted 3-0 Charlton as well.
No.
So. But then next game, someone got this right.
I didn't.
Did someone get this right?
No, I got a point for this though.
Let me have a look. Who got this right? Oh no, I thought someone did get it right then, but Liam did get a point for this. So he's the only one that managed to get a point from this. 1-0,
Right,
1-0 Cheltenham.
That's my winning hopes of Morecambe gone already. I said, unless it's a fixture, I know they'll probably most likely lose. I'll keep predicting Morecambe wins after their win against Barnsley, but they've already proved me wrong and lost to Cheltenham. So
Same.
that.
But yeah, Cheltenham proved me wrong as well. I thought they would have lost this game, but it's gotten back into a winning way. It's got them back into the winning ways, and obviously for Morecambe, favourites to be dropped now. I'd honestly say favourites to be dropped.
Yeah.
They don't score enough goals though either.
And obviously losing to Cheltenham, who's been in a bad form as well. Just put them down already. Can we just drop them already?
The hard one for Morecambe is whether at the end of the season they keep Derek Adams or not into League Two.
Oh, do they have their striker still? Stockton.
Yeah, but he hasn't hardly played because he wanted a transfer request.
Morecambe, can we have him, please?
He'll go in January. Yeah, I was going to say I think he'll be one of the main target men for January.
Yeah, can we have him, please? Thank you.
What's someone like, I don't know, Middlesbrough signed him out of nowhere?
Yeah, it'll be written in the stars, wouldn't it? Go on, Michael Carrick.
I think Stockton will go to will probably go to I don't know, your Argyles, Portsmouths, Ipswich, Sheffield Wednesday.
I could see if he does go to us, I would actually be very happy with that.
Yeah, so would I.
I really would, because he's a good striker and he's proved it in this league.
And I would literally comment on that, going, shows Derek Adams has always loved us, hasn't he?
Yeah. And then this game, 0-0 Derby. What a boring game.
I know they didn't lose Exeter, but it doesn't matter because Pride Park isn't for everyone.
Yeah, you can't win. Not everyone can win at Pride Park. Not everyone.
No.
But for Derby, points dropped. Points dropped.
Hate to say it though, that is a good point for Exeter along the road.
It is. It is. Why is he saying rating as Cooper?
I wonder how the Rams are going to respond at the park.
Yeah. And if you look at the stats as well, 10 shots to Exeter's 4, 56% possession.
That's a frustrating match for Derby.
Very frustrating.
It's a 0-0 draw, so it's a frustrating result for both of them, really. But Exeter will definitely be the happiest.
Exeter will take it because it's a hard ground to go to and get a point or win out of.
Yeah, I agree.
But no, I don't think anyone got this right. No, no one got this right. No.
No.
I 4-1 Derby, and so did England.
Yeah. So let's just not the less we talk about the scum, the better. Next game, Fleetwood versus Forest Green.
I got this one.
And yeah, Jack got this right. This right.
I'm gonna start calling Fleetwood Drawwood.
Yeah. Yep, Drawwood. Because all they do is fucking draw, man.
They're basically the Chelsea of League One, but just a lot lower.
Exactly. So you get 3 points. And you're the only one who got points from that game as well.
Yeah, because I know England went with a Fleetwood win. I forgot what you two went for.
I went for 2-1 Fleetwood.
Okay.
Liam went for 2-0, and what did Harvey England go for? He went for 2-0 Fleetwood.
Yeah.
But I'd say a decent point for Forest Green. What would you say?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, it's not too
because it could have been way worse for them. And as well, from when I watched the game back, I thought Forest Green played well in that game. Look at that! Like I know they didn't have a lot more shots, but Forest Green did have a lot more ball possession. Getting more ball possession at their own turf is mad. That's crazy, and getting more passes on. I thought, oh, bloody hell, that's got me way off guard.
Draw or at least against Fleetwood away. For God's sake, I honestly that ground is such a bogey ground for us.
Hey, hopefully we get promoted that season so we don't have to play against that shit side. I hope. I hope.
Who will be our bogey ground if we go up to the Championship? I'm trying to remember. All these years ago now.
Why do I feel like it could be Luton?
Who was our hardest side?
Why do I feel like it could be Luton?
Luton will be a hard one though because they'll have their ex-player, won't they? Sonny, our
Sonny
ex-player.
Bradley. Oh, you bastard!
I love him.
You bastard! I liked him as well.
I love him. I love him to bits still. I honestly, I'd have him back this January.
I would as well. I would have said Birmingham, but I don't know.
We beat Birmingham last season.
We beat Birmingham last season, yeah. So I don't know what else you could say about that. But for Fleetwood, quick review on Fleetwood versus Forest Green. Not a good result for Fleetwood. They keep on drawing games. Simple as that. And then for Forest Green, good draw.
Yeah.
This one, then Jack got another one right. 3-1 Peterborough.
I just thought they'd bounce back.
Unbloody believable. Unfucking believable. I don't understand how the fuck you're getting these right, man. This is stupid.
Right, so I have a funny feeling. Well, not funny feeling, sorry. I have a feeling that if anything, our bogey side is probably, out of any of them, probably bloody Rotherham. Let's be honest.
Oh, yeah. We lost them twice last season, didn't we?
Yeah. They did the double over. That's one of the reasons why they went up.
Yeah. Look at Accrington Stanley. 18 shots.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Wowzers. Jeez. But they're getting very, very closer now, Accrington Stanley, to the relegation spots.
Yep.
Since they played us, it's the Argyle effect, Jack.
Yeah.
The Argyle effect.
I'll tell you the one team in the Championship that we haven't played in for years. Like, I don't think we've played them since 2008, and that's Stoke.
Stoke, yeah. Rainy night in Stoke.
Because they went up to the Prem, and they've been in there till 2018, whereas we unfortunately went down the tables.
Yeah.
Yeah, last time...
All right, what did Harvey England put? What did he put? He put 1-1 Peterborough.
Jeez.
Mad. I didn't think you would actually put that. Really didn't.
To be fair, they have also been inconsistent, but they've won a lot of games, but they've also lost a lot of games.
Exactly. Exactly. But for Peterborough, it keeps them closer to us. They're 10 points behind us still.
They've got a hard match this weekend, though. I know they're at home, but their opponents this weekend will be up for it anyway because it's the Cambridgeshire derby.
Yeah. 100%. They will be up for it, for sure.
They can't stand each other, Peterborough and Cambridge.
And then Accrington Stanley, if they want to, fucking hell. And I didn't think they would actually be around 19th, but right now, the -8 goal difference, since they've lost to us, they've been terrible.
Yeah.
And you hate that manager as well, Liam.
Yeah, he's a mug.
He's a bold fraud, as you call him. Oh, Jesus. But next game, apparently, to be honest, I've watched this game back. 2 of Port Vale's goals were actually decent.
And then we didn't get what we wanted. It's so annoying.
Yeah.
We both went 1-1 draw.
Yep. 3-2 Ipswich. I'm pissed.
Liam, I know you put an Ipswich win, but what was your scoreline?
2-1.
2-1.
Okay.
Harvey England put 3-1 Ipswich.
Oh, he was close.
He was close.
Well, Port Vale scored 2, not 1. So
I know.
True.
But to be honest, Port Vale bounced back pretty quickly with them goals. 45th and 47th, but then Ladapo scored in the 51st. So it was looking like a very good game in that stats. Yeah, 10 shots to Ipswich's 14. XG of 2. Bloody hell. It's the highest I've seen. But like, if he's well, but like, this is honestly what I'm going to say as well. If you look, Panucci Kamara's on the bench, didn't even come on. And this is the thing though with Ipswich, they've got good depth right now. But with us, our depth is looking lower and lower and lower. When our players come back, it'll be great. I just realised that's their 18-year-old who scored there, Humphreys.
17.
Is he 17?
I think so.
I think he's 18, ain't he? I'll have a look anyways. Where are they at? I'll have a look. 18. He is 18.
Yes.
But still, the Dapo's now starting to score loads more goals. Why are we letting go? Because he wasn't playing well for us, and of course he starts playing well for Ipswich. The twat. It's just, of course it has to happen, doesn't it? Of course it has to happen. But good win for Ipswich as well. Keeps us near us. Port Vale, they did well. It's showing that they're starting to play really well this season. Port Vale, they're pulling off a little bit of some surprises. You'd think, Jack.
Yeah, I'd agree. I had them to be in the bottom four as well.
Yeah, and they're really surprising a lot of teams. They done it to who did they beat the other day?
Derby.
Derby. There you go.
Considering they beat Derby, yeah, they are surprising a lot of teams.
Yeah, they are playing pretty well. So got to give them respect to his due. And then next game, good result for us as well.
Yeah, for sure.
But with Ox, if he didn't get bloody sent off in the 72nd minute, I think they would have won. They would have won that as well.
Who? Oxford.
Yeah, they got a red card. Oxford.
Oh man.
Billy Bowden got sent off. Got a second yellow card.
I'll take it though, because I think all of us had Pompey to win that game.
Yeah. Let's have a look. Yeah, 2-1. I put 2-1. Liam put 2-1. Jack put 2-0. What did Harvey England put?
I know
he put 1-0. Ooh, pretty close actually.
1-0 to who?
Portsmouth.
Portsmouth. Huh?
Yeah, but Portsmouth, if they bloody hell, they're falling closer to coming out of the bloody playoffs at this rate.
They're off form. They're off form at the moment. I know they beat Forest Green last weekend, but they only won 1-0. Second of all, everyone thought they'd be a lot more clinical than that. Yeah, they're off form at the moment, Pompey.
They are not playing well, and I know they still have 2 games out. Even if they win them 2 games in hand, they'll still be 6 points behind us.
They've been off form ever since they lost that game to Ipswich, that they nearly won as well. And then they drew with Fleetwood at home, and then Charlton absolutely destroyed them.
Yeah. Yeah, they look a team very off form. And then Oxford, they're 1 place above the relegation spots as well.
Yeah.
So I'd say I don't know if that's a decent result for both teams. Would you honestly say?
I'd say no, not for Portsmouth. I'd say a decent result for Oxford.
Decent result for Oxford, yeah. I know it still doesn't take them further up the table, but right now,
Pompey will be fuming with
they
that.
Will be fuming. They will be fuming.
That will put that again with their games in hand. That will put more pressure on them.
Exactly. Yeah, and then the second to last game. Actually, someone got this right.
I was happy with this game as well.
Someone got this result right.
I know who it was.
No.
Harvey England got this right. 3-2 Cambridge.
England win, yeah.
Wow. Trust the process. He said, trust the process. This is why, Liam, you've got to trust the process.
He did say 3-2 Cambridge, didn't he?
He did. Trust the process.
Badly wrong.
Mate, I did not expect them to win this as well. I did not expect them to win this.
No problem. So fair play to Cambridge. But then again, always seeing Wycombe Blues puts a smile on my face.
Yeah, exactly. But for Wycombe, that's a bad result. It's a bad result. Would you honestly say?
Yeah, for sure.
That's not a good result. Like, goodness gracious me. But for Cambridge, I'd say that's just that's a win that will definitely boost it will boost the emotions of the players as well, because obviously getting a win at Wycombe it is kind of hard to get a win at Wycombe with the way they're playing right now. The way they have been playing recently, they've been playing really, really well. But Cambridge to get a result there, that's mad. Fair play, seriously, fair play.
Yeah.
Then it drops them to the bottom half of the table again. Ha 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 ha. And then if you look at the stats, 22 shots, 66% possession. Wowzers. Wowzers. Then final game, 2-1 Plymouth Argyle. And I think everyone got a point. Everyone shares 1 point.
Yeah.
Hey.
Really.
Everyone shares 1 point. Hey.
So, I wonder how we're going to do now for tonight.
Yep. Because the top spot is still up for grabs for today.
No, it's not. Oh,
It is.
sorry. Yeah,
It
sorry.
is.
Right, yeah.
Is it?
It is.
Wait, so if Sheffield went,
If Sheffield Wednesday win, then I'll say the points anyways. But yeah, still good result for us, obviously. Like, Shrewsbury's down to 12th now.
Where they belong. Thank you. Next.
Look at that possession, by the way. Like, if you looked at this on paper, would you say Argyle should have won this game?
Yeah.
Like,
However,
look at that, man.
Do look at the attempts and shots on target that Shrewsbury had as well.
449 accurate passes.
Their expected goals is only just smaller than ours. So at that stage, I can see why Shrewsbury fans are like, "Oh, we deserve the draw." But I'm just like, well, yeah, you deserve the draw because you gave us a hard time. You didn't deserve a draw because you cheated.
Yeah. Screw on that, you mugs.
So I'm just there like, well, that's your fault for diving all game.
And then, obviously, we can't do this game right now, but this will be on Sky Sports later on, Sheffield Wednesday versus Bristol Rovers. And Liam will be doing a watch along on that. So, obviously, by the time this video goes out, the game will already be played. This will be uploaded tomorrow. So
tomorrow, you're not learning it tonight?
No, because I'll be a little bit busy.
Yes.
So, but for Sheffield Wednesday versus Bristol Rovers, if you look at Bristol Rovers' last games, 2-1 against Cambridge, 1-0 against MK Dons, 4-1 against Cheltenham, then 2-2 against us. I don't know. This could be a very, very interesting game. I'm excited to watch this. Hopefully, they do us a favour. I really hope they do us a favour. Then look at that. And the last time they played against each other was 2010 to 2011.
Yeah.
That's mental.
So
I'm going to have to shoot off, lads.
Yep, no worries, Jack.
No worries.
All right. Enjoy the rest of the call, boys.
Enjoy.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Right. But for obviously the points tally this week, and now I'm going to say them because Jack's not here. So at least then he won't have to celebrate. And now, but Liam, you finished on 4 points. Harvey England finished on 7. I finished on 8, and Jack is on 9.
Fair enough.
So, but top spot could still be up for grabs. 2-2. If it's a draw, if it's a 2-2 draw, then Harvey England wins this week. If Bristol Rovers win 2-1, I win this week. Or if it's any win for Sheffield Wednesday, then Jack wins this week.
Fairs.
So top spot is all up for grabs today as well. So this will be interesting. But we'll go do a quick look at the table. Still top of the league.
Am I not on 5 points? Because Bolton, Cheltenham 2, Peterborough 3, Argyle 4, Ipswich 5.
Ipswich 5. Where's Ipswich?
Ipswich 1, 3-2, 1 point. Argyle 1, 2 points. Peterborough 1, 3 points.
Where the fuck did I put Ipswich at? Where the fuck did I put? Oh yeah, there we are. Oh yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, you're on 5. My bad. But
yeah,
still puts you bottom.
yeah.
Still keeps you bottom. Nothing changing that.
But if I get the score spot on, I think I'm level with England, isn't it?
You're level with, if you get the score right, I don't even know what you put for Sheffield Wednesday, 2-1.
Yeah.
So you'd be level with me, actually. You'd put Harvey England bottom.
Oh, good.
But quick look at the table, still top of the league. Lovely to see. With the scum coming up next. Hopefully, I expect to win. I expect to win.
Don't we all?
Yep. Then look at the home record. Look at that juicy home record.
50 more.
Yep. Lovely. But second place, Ipswich. Then third place, still not to play, but they're going to be playing today. Sheffield Wednesday. Hopefully they lose. I hope I'll take either a draw or a loss for them. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'll take that out.
Who's the next game after Bristol? Is it Burton?
I'll have a look. It's Burton.
Ugh, easy. Yeah.
Then Morecambe. Oh no, it's FA Cup. My bad. And then they've got Accrington Stanley away.
Tough.
Shrewsbury, Derby, Exeter.
That should be 2 wins and lose to Derby.
We'll see what happens. But they're back to the table. But then Peterborough bouncing back they've bounced back their form pretty well. 2 wins on the trot. Then Bolton, 2 wins on the trot for them. They're back up to 5th. And Portsmouth. But Portsmouth, 2 losses, 2 draws, and 1 win in the last 5. Terrible.
If they don't beat Shrewsbury, they're in big trouble.
They are in big trouble. They are in big trouble. But then 4 points behind them is the Scum with 22 points. Look at that. We're 16 points clear of the playoffs. 16 points of that. For October, Liam, that's really, really good.
Oh, yeah.
That's really good, Liam.
I mean, if we can win every game up to Wickham at home, I mean, I think, to be honest, the way it's going, I think playoffs should be secured.
Playoffs will be secured pretty easily.
Yeah.
And then Charlton, please do us a favour, Charlton. They are 8th. They lost to MK Dons, which I cannot believe. But they've got Ipswich next. Hopefully they do us a favour, but I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. Then Barnsley 9th. 3 losses in the last 5. They are so inconsistent, it's unreal. And if they lose the Forest Green, they're in trouble.
Oh, yeah.
Then Derby County, they've got Bristol Rovers next as well. Bristol Rovers is just going to cause everyone trouble, but they are 10th with 21 points. Derby is not doing well this season. Let's just get that straight. They're not doing well. No. Lincoln starting to rise up the table now, 11th. Draw, win. They're doing really, really well. Very underrated team, I'd say, honestly, at the moment. Very underrated.
Yeah.
Then Shrewsbury, with a loss to us, they're mid-table. They deserve to be there for the way they played yesterday. Sorry, Shrewsbury fans, but that's what we honestly think.
Yeah.
But I don't see you beating there all season. I think you might go a little bit higher. But if you beat Portsmouth, then you're doing us a massive favour, first of all. And secondly, it does you a massive favour. So hopefully you do. But then if we go to the bottom half of the table, Wickham in 13th. In the last 5, they won 3. They had 3 in a row, but then lost 2. They need to beat Morecambe next if they want to keep on fighting for the playoffs, for sure. That's all I can honestly say about that. But it's not looking great still for Wickham losing to Cambridge. That's not great.
No.
Not great at all. But Bristol Rovers, they've got to play tonight. The last 5 games, they've been unbeaten. We'll see how they get on today, but against Sheffield Wednesday at Hillsborough, it'll be very, very tough for them. Hopefully they do pull off a result, and it'll be great for us because we'll be 8 points clear at the top, 8 points clear of 3rd. So that'll be great. Love to see it. Port Vale, I'd say another underrated side this season, 15th. Nearly predicted, and Jack predicted them to be in the bottom 4 this season.
Yeah.
But right now, they're proving to be a very surprising team. when we got to
Yeah.
play them, I don't know. I think it might be either at home or away in December. I think
Oh, what home?
we're
On
at
Friday
home.
night. Yeah.
All right, that's good. That's good. That's good.
We don't play them until the last game of the season away.
Oh, brilliant! Sweet,
Yeah.
sweet.
Yeah.
But
We'll beat them twice anyway.
hopefully we do. We should
Yeah.
expect that. But
Yeah.
Port Vale, anyways, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens for them for the rest of the season. Cambridge in 16th.
16th.
But winning against Wickham, big result, takes them further
Yeah.
away from the bottom four. But 6 points clear of that now. But they need to beat Peterborough next. It'll still spell them danger if they lose. So see what happens. And then Fleetwood with the most draws. I'd say they've got the most draws this season. 8 draws. They're 17th. And only 3 losses. Goodness me. And then, so yeah, I just think they could probably be, if they keep on drawing games, they need to turn, like I said, they need to turn some of these draws into wins. They need to turn
Yeah.
sorry, they need to turn some of these draws into wins, 100%. Cheltenham,
Yeah.
good win against Morecambe, takes them up to 18th. And they've got MK Dons next. That'll be a very, very good game. See what happens in that.
Yeah.
And 19th, Accrington Stanley. Goodness me. 4 losses in a row.
Yeah.
One of them including us as well. The Argyle effect is real.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Then below them, 20th, Oxford United. They've got Bolton next. Hopefully they do us a favour. Hopefully they beat Bolton. I would love to see that.
Yeah.
Then MK Don, and then the bottom 4, MK Dons, Forest Green, Burton, and Morecambe. It's exactly the same as before, and it probably might stay like that until if depends how MK Dons get on against Cheltenham.
Yeah.
But good win for MK Dons, anyways, after 5 losses in a row. But it depends how they get on for the rest of the season. But I don't know. Only time will tell. Only time will tell. Forest Green, favourites to be dropped. Burton, favourites to be dropped. And Morecambe, favourites to be dropped. I think that's all we could say about that.
Yeah.
But it was a great video today. I'm very happy with the result yesterday. But like, I'm surprised. To be honest, I'm a little bit surprised we came out with the result yesterday. But
Yeah.
throughout that
for
game,
sure.
when we went 1-0 down, I was still confident that we could pull it back after what we did against Ipswich, what we did against Derby, and what we did against Portsmouth as well, even though we drew that game, but we still come back in that game. Very happy. But thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed this review. But the next preview is the most anticipated game of the season, the Devon Derby. Aye.
Yeah.
Have you got a ticket for that game, Liam?
I'm a season ticket holder, so I don't need a ticket.
Oh, lovely. Yeah, that's great for you. That's great for you. But I'll be working at that game, so that's gonna be crazy. It'll be nuts.
Are you signing them for end?
I'll be at the family zone area, yeah, where the statue is.
Yeah, if there's.
But thank you all for watching this video. Subscribers at a total 141. We're nearly at the 150. That's brilliant.
Very good.
Brilliant support as always. Keep it going. Lovely to see. See you in the next video for the Devon Derby preview. Thank you for watching.
Should be on Sunday.
Yep, should be on Sunday.
Yeah.
But we can't. So obviously in that video as well, we won't be able to do the predictions. But we could possibly do. We could possibly do because obviously when we do the recording, the games will already be played. Because obviously we're on a Monday and the games are on Saturday. Depends when we're going to do the recording.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, or we could possibly do predictions on the Argyle Way chat, and then we do the review of our predictions on the preview.
Yeah,
that could possibly work. We'll do that. We'll do that. That'll work. But thank you all for watching. We'll see you in the next video.
Unless you do what you did last time, and where we start some of the preview in a way, but then put the predictions. Do like a kind of a part thing. You know what you did last time.
We could possibly do that, but it might be a little bit easier to do that as obviously we might have we're gonna have Exeter fans on.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah,
So yeah. But thank you all for watching. We'll see you in the next video. And as always, we'll see you later. The Green Army is going up. Bye.
Bye bye.
When they pull on the green, they're all Janners.